Hey guys, with another quick one-take review, and today I want to talk about the new 1-800-PAIN album, Their Money Is Your Money. Their Money Is Your Money is the latest album, as well as the sophomore album from the experimental, industrial, noise-based hip-hop project 1-800-PAIN. Now, first and foremost, a lot of people who are dismissing this album are saying that it is too obnoxious, too in your face, and I kind of disagree in that regard. I'm not in love with this record by any means, but I do disagree with that particular criticism about the album. I think that there are a lot more unpleasantly obnoxious artists out there. 100 gex. But beyond artists like 100 gex, there's just a lot out there that is seriously just annoying and obnoxious in some fashion, and 1-800-PAIN are obviously trying to go for that sound, and I don't think that they really do it. I mean, sure, they're directly in your face throughout the entire almost 30 minutes that this album goes on for, but at the same time, I think it's in a very positive and infectiously energetic way rather than in a frustrating way. Now, with that being said, allow me to move on to my proper criticisms with this album. This album had a lot of potential to be a prime example of what's going on right now in terms of underground hip-hop experimentation, and even though I don't think it's too obnoxious per se, I really do think that Their Money Is Your Money embraces extremism and harsh noise a little bit too much for its own good. Ultimately, this factor of the record ends up overshadowing the actual, hip-hop portion of it to the point it feels more like a noise record than an actual hip-hop album that happens to be slightly influenced by samples and sound collages. And while there's nothing exactly wrong with that, I kind of feel like there are strong aspects of the band that are really being held back and not being allowed to be seen because of this embrace of harsh noise. While a high level of energy, as well as some very obscure but interesting samples like late 2000s toy commercials and SpongeBob, all the way up to Death Grips, are to be found here and make for an entertaining listen, there's almost no reason for me to ever want to revisit this at all, even if I wanted something very, just directly in my face, filled with energy, a high octane album, if you will. There are just dozens upon dozens of new albums that would be better suited for that, at least in terms of hip hop alone, not to mention other genres, but hip hop and noise both have much better examples of their sound than what is being presented by 1-800-PAIN here, which is why I'm going to give it 2.5 stars out of 5. There's truly no reason for me to want to hear this again. It's kind of boring in its almost chaotic sense. It's so trying so hard to be quirky and chaotic, and even though it does succeed in a way by having some interesting samples and, well, the chaotic aspect of it obviously sort of transforming over into its energy, it still just feels kind of empty and just like a shallow attempt to kind of jar you and then make you want to re-listen to it, but there's just not a lot worth hearing here for the most part, so 2.5 stars out of 5. And with that being said, this is the end of this one-take review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.